Okay, welcome back to members of 121 Community Church in Grapevine, Texas, and our brand new study in the Meaning of God and Human Experience by W.E. Hocking, published by Yale University Press in 1912. We've already studied Hocking's Human Nature and Its Remaking of 1918. That was his Ethics. So this was the major work that he did prior to that, and then 6 years later followed up with his Ethics. But this was his major work of 1912, A Phenomenology of Religion. And if you remember, from his Phenomenology of Ethics, he told us that the internal triad was centrality of the self, a centered self, and then we move through the sorting of eidos ideas, and then forming them into system, and then entering into the dialectic of pugnacity. It was sorting, system, and dialectic. It was sorting, system, and dialectic. We'll keep that in mind because that's our advantage of having done the ethics already. We'll keep that internal triad in mind as we go through this manuscript. We're going to take a look at chapters 1 and 2, pages 3 to 27, and Hocking begins by telling us that religion is the eternal carrying of creation. So in block 1, we'll take a look at religion and its categories. And Hocking says we need to address religion under the categories of experience, belief, and action. And he says we have to ask, what are the metaphysical assertions that we can believe? We also need to address the human faculties of feeling, intellect, and faith. We must address man's essential will, qualified by his human instincts. We must also consider the linguistic areas of the signs of truth, and that was that step of sorting, because remember, we sort out the signs of truth according to the lens of justice, and then we shape them into system in a practical positing, but that's just from our previous study. So that mentions the sorting. Then you have moral positings, which is the system, and then the practical declarations of value, which is the dialectic. So there's your sorting, system, and dialectic right there. Now note too, the horizon of human destiny. Science and religion both participate in the fundamental issues of practice. Religion takes us beyond reason by being clothed in signification, clothed in signs, semeion signs. The self's world system includes the work of scientific reasoning and the acquired religious signs. Reason and signs both contribute to the truth of religion. However, religion is invisible and intangible. For its analysis, religion must be analyzed by looking at what it moves and the consequences of what it moves in history. So in conclusion, note 3, theoretical categories and the practical horizon equals the actual movement of religion. We must determine religion's value interest upon the world by examining the consequences of religion, and in this way, the practical realm, the empirical practical realm, opens up the theoretical realm. Remember, this is phenomenology. We begin with the empirical practical realm. Religion consists of the practical work of religion and the theoretical forming of value ideas. We begin with the empirical work of religion. Remember, this is phenomenology. Then we will be able to form theoretical eidos ideas. The values and work of religion give us the knowledge of the nature of religion. So the nature of religion in its two worlds, the realm of the real is one of those worlds. It is the invisible interest of religion. It's highly imaginative. And then the realm of the practical is where we address immediate nature, and empirical reality is organically related to that realm of the real, which is the realm of positing for Hocking. Self-consciousness will grasp religion and the harmony of these two worlds. We must reclaim the great reversal of religion that used to confront secular human ambition. Subjectively, the South comes to understand religion in the hours of elevation and the recognition of value imperatives and conviction. We learned that in his ethics because, remember, his return moment, he called it the return moment of Igairo uplifting. We're uplifted in discovering new truth and the return moment into the state of mind in the return moment. So that goes back to his ethics as well. We have that advantage because having already studied the ethics, but he calls it the hours of elevation. I like that. It means that in the midst of dialectic, we have revelatory epiphany events of the surplus of eternal wisdom, and we discover the new. We discover new eidos ideas, and then we internalize that. And I love his term here. I think it's a great term. It is the hours of elevation, the hours of being lifted up and acquiring the new in the midst of our praxis, in the midst of our dialectic. So that's the theoretical side, but it's a theoretical side that is extracted from the practical. So block 2, let's take a look at the practical. Dynamic religion and its function of fertility. Religion has the job of inspirational fertility. It inspires the secular realm. Historically, religion remains a mystery. It's situated between the distinctions of science and art both. Its function is fertility, not utility. The art of common life owes itself to religion, and Hocking says that secular man tries to substitute art for religion, but art owes its existence and its essence to religion. The social ethical ideas are also indebted to religion. Essentially, art becomes divine manifestation. Art is regarded as a manifestation of the divine and abbreviated under divine purpose. And it is amenable to human control and situated in a sacred subject. And it does enclose the values of beauty, truth, righteousness, and the good. So all of that is evident in art, but Hocking is going to tell us later that religion should not be equated with art. We try to do that in secular society, but religion is basically the transcendent, essential nature of art and should not be equated with the art. That's the point that he's making. So those attributes are really the attributes of religion: beauty, truth, righteousness, and the good. But in conclusion, note 3, block 2, note 3, dynamic fertility and the manifestation of the sacred equals the real as subject. Religion is a movement from the hidden dunamis, potentiality, to the energia explicit, actuality. It's a movement from the hidden dunamis to the explicit energia. Religion supplies the germ of essence for the real, which is prophetic in nature. Remember, the realm of positing is prophetic in nature. It functions to sway the self from the sensate realm and the subjective selfishness. Its methodology is that of taking up agape self-giving and devotion to the higher eidos ideas. This in turn is founded upon positing as the launch of faith. The realm of the real is the realm of positing. It is also where we launch our faith into phronesis, practical wisdom, and praxis, ministry. It becomes that launch of faith. So, Block 2, Note 4, the realm of value ideas. The cult of social science is the closest secular area to engage with religion, but the totality of value ideas, or the totality of eidos ideas, best represents religion. It is this totality of the eidos ideas. It best represents religion. Therefore, Hocking tells us religion exists as that which inspires the whole of man's art. And he says the tragedy of secular social growth is that it cuts itself loose from its religious essence. And that leads to realizing the loyalties at work between science and religion. We need to clearly define those concepts that have been lingering in the mind as feeling, which are the realm of the mysterious. We do that by removing the cloudy fringe of experience so that the eidos idea can be born in our mind, where we can reach those essential ideas that define the eternal. And so we move on to Block 3 and the eternal, because there is this movement of the eternal from potentiality to actuality, threading its way through sensate reality, through secular history. And so religion is described as the eternal carrying of creation. So Block 3, Note 1, the residual essence of religion. Religion has become a residual inspiration of life. Persons evade, if they can, any form of religion. They try substituting art for religion, but this should never take place. Religion possesses a summit beyond art, says Hocking. Religion puts a hold on the mind. Religion possesses necessary distinction and supremacy. Its qualities create a hold on the finite mind. The work of religion is perpetual parenting. Religion is the mediation between human spirit and the eternal objective carrying of creation. So it's a mediation between the subjective and the objective eternal aspect of life. And then 3.3, eternal carrying of creation. Freedom is expressed in reasonableness. But here's a key note. Reasonableness guides the self to refer material effects to material causes, but reasonableness also guides the self in private acquisition of ideas. That's our task. These eidos ideas are gathered into a circle of relation, a system, a circle of relation. And these ideas are acquired by bringing the sensate humor, the sensate instincts, into contemplation of religion. This circle of ideas is never a closed system, says Hocking. System reflects the goal of every human instinct, seeking its satisfaction through creative positing. Instincts are arranged in a hierarchy consisting of family, community, and historical dialectic. So he immediately, this is really interesting because in just the first 24 pages, 3 to 27, he already gives a great deal of structure. It's almost like you get a chapter 1 and 2 introductory framework, which is a pretty detailed. We're fortunate that we have already studied the ethics, because otherwise it becomes a very bare framework. We have a better understanding of it because we have this phenomenology already in our minds. But and you can go back and look at that if you desire to do so, and you can look at that that composite phenomenology when we studied human nature and its remaking. because that is his phenomenology in a holistic presentation. But he gives us in this lesson quite a bit of introductory content. I was surprised how much he gave in just the first 2 chapters. He really did lay down quite a bit, because he laid down, first of all, in block 1, the realm of the real, that religion is involved with the realm of the real and the realm of the practical. And the realm of the real for Hocking is the same as it is for Hegel. The realm of the real is the realm of positing. Remember that. The realm of the real is the realm of positing. It is our perception of the ideal or the kingdom of God that we perceive veiled yet present in history. So it's the realm of positing. It is the realm of positing. And he brings that up immediately in block 1. Religion is involved with those 2 worlds, the realm of the real and the realm of the practical, the realm of positing and the realm of praxis, positing and praxis. But then he goes on to really talking about the eidos ideas in block 2 and their practical task of acquiring the eidos ideas. And that means sorting those ideas and arranging them into a system. And he says that is the system that carries creation in its trajectory toward the horizon of the kingdom of God. So a lot of information. That's going to wrap up our first lesson. That's going to be pages 3 to 27. We'll pick up next time on page 28.